Hey everybody, welcome to this edition of Telemazing. Today we're going to be doing the 3-view of Wayward Pines. I got Alanah Rafferty and I got Kristen Plati here because nobody else could handle this amazing, amazing show. An FBI agent goes to find two of his other agents that went missing, and things happen that you don't really expect. It's really bizarre. When I first watched the pilot, I was very confused. I was just like, I get what you're trying to do, but it was still good. It's definitely made me like want to watch the next episode. But I was just kind of like, I know this is gonna be this M. Night Shyamalan, so I know there's gonna be a twist. Just let it happen. Just I know we're getting there.
See though, I think what really made it move in a good way was Lost, for example, started off as kind of a classic, a bunch of survivors on an island, and then around season 2, season 3 is when it started getting really weird. This was just weird from the first 5 minutes, so you started off not knowing what was going on, as opposed to like, yeah, I got comfortable, and then I had no idea what was going on, which I thought was interesting. I liked how they did that.
Right, and from the beginning, like, everything that happens, like, you see, like, you second guess, like, everything that he's seeing and everything that's happening, and then obviously when Beverly writes the note to him, that's when you're finally like, okay, yep.
Beverly being the bartender
Beverly being
that
the
he
bartender.
befriends. What the show does really, really well, which is very true of the pilot, but also very true of the first 3 episodes, it bounces around, which, because it's almost like you get 2 different types of stories of what happened, and or even more than that sometimes, and you kind of go like, who's telling the truth, and who's telling their version of the truth, which may not be true. So it's just kind of like a very, like, it never says anyone's lying to him at all. It just plans that line of everybody's telling the truth, but is it the correct version of the truth?
Right, is it the truth that they've been given themselves?
From more of a directorial standpoint, I really liked the style of Wayward Pines, the town, because I kind of get annoyed when shows like The Prisoner, for example, that miniseries with Ian McKellen a while ago, it was so stylistically different. Like, this obviously wasn't a place that was anywhere in the world. This is very much a representation of ideas, but I like that Wayward Pines could be some suburb of Portland, Oregon. It could be like northern Westchester. It could be Texas. It could just be anywhere and nowhere at the same time. And the way that they designed it was really, really well suited. So you don't know where you are. Like, you're very familiar with where you are, but you don't know.
Enough twists, not so many twists where you feel like you're watching a Shondaland show, where it's like every episode is like a twist. It leads you, it's almost like they take like 3, 4, 5 episodes, maybe like more like 4. They have you going down one storyline, and then there's a twist, and it dramatically, it's not even a twist of like, oh, so that means that character's this? No, it's a twist to the point where the entire show changes for you. I felt like as it grew, I got more questions, and the more questions I had, the more interested I was.
I also feel like they did a lot of things to certain characters that I really didn't expect. I can't say too much without spoiling it for the rest of the viewers, but especially episode 2, I was very surprised that they did certain things to certain people.
Yeah.
I think what they've done is, like, normally when you watch a show and you meet characters and you fall in love with specific characters or whatever, you kind of cherish them. And I think something that George R.R. Martin does is he doesn't care. Like, for the sake of the storyline, he will do what he needs to do to a character to help push things along. And I think they do the same thing here. Not even in like, oh, we don't care kind of way, but whatever will help the story progress and whatever helps tell the story, they will do to a character. I really think Melissa Leo did a great job.
I love her.
Like, from when I first saw her, I was like, this is an interesting, because I didn't know too much about the cast. And I was like, this is a really interesting casting. And as I was watching her, I was just, she's so good. She's so, like, spooky and eerie, but, like, lovable, but, like, scary.
I usually get to a point with all these shows of like, you know, that guy could be God, I wouldn't care. Every character is so pivotal and necessary for this whole story to work, and all those actors are so convincing and brilliant at their crafts that I was just like, I fell in love with the entire crew. Like, even when they were evil, I was like, yeah, be evil. This is fantastic. I love where we're going with this.
Blind Spot is like a watered down version of this, but kind of like you're starting in a way, like you're figuring out the story as the characters figuring out the story. I mean, that happens on a lot of shows, but I felt like it reminded me a little bit of Blind Spot in that way.
It reminded me of, I think it was season 3 of The Walking Dead, where
stopped
the
that
two
season.
female characters end up in the town with the governor, which is very similar. Like,
Okay.
everyone's existing very perfectly, and the outside world is just being horrible by itself, but there's some very sinister and weird things going on underneath. You find out one thing, but then that kind of leads to another thing, and you're not really sure who this person is, and you're not really sure if you can trust that other person. It reminded me a lot of that.
I think the only difference between like you're 100% correct. Like you're describing it, and I go like, oh yeah, this element's right, this element's right. Oh my goodness, yes. It actually reminds me very much of The Path. The Path is a religious board thing, and that's more we're defending ourselves from zombies. With Wayward Pines, you have no idea. I think one of the things that television is missing, and why I think Wayward Pines is such a fantastic show, is the sense of mystery. We're so used to, oh, okay, well, the guy did it.
Spoon-fed.
Yeah, like, well, not even spoon-fed. It's just almost like when you watch, like, an episode of Castle. Not that you could go, like, that guy killed her from, like, day one. But, like, it's very much, okay, like, after they figure out a clue, it's like, okay, they're going to go here. After they find that clue, like, okay, they're going to go here. And then story B is there. And then it helps you loop into story A. It's, like, very...
And you know, at the end of every episode, you're going to find out who did it.
Who did it,
they're
right.
going to find...
Right.
There's a formula.
Right.
Yeah,
And
or
so,
even in a Shonda show, your choices of what direction the twist is gonna go is fairly limited.
Yeah.
yeah. Every twist that happens, on any other show, you go like, okay, they're going this direction. And this show is like a twist happens and you go, but is this twist correct? Or are they leading them astray? Like, it's just such a pure mystery show. And you don't get those feelings anymore with TV shows.
I will continue to watch, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but as you've mentioned, the first 3 episodes are good, but it only gets better.
So much
we'll
better.
see.
Oh gosh, yes. Okay.
No,
cool.
I agree. I think also I watched it very sporadically in that, like, I watched the first episode when I got home late from work, and then I woke up really early to watch the second and the third one. So I think, honestly, after having this talk and realizing how much I did like it, I need to go back and watch the first 3 episodes and pick up on all the little details that I missed too.
Ugh, so good, guys. It's so good. That's it. That's gonna be it for our 3 review of Wayward Pines. If you enjoyed this review, I know we couldn't tell you much because we don't want to spoil it. It's so good. We didn't want to ruin it for you, and I sincerely just watch. Stop the video and go on Hulu and watch it.
But before you do, there's a couple things that maybe you could do to help us out.
Oh yeah, that's right. If
Come
you
on,
like
Joe.
if you do like our stuff, make sure you give us a thumbs up. So make sure you do that beforehand, and also comment if you felt like if you've watched the show and you actually want to talk about it. I will talk about it with you, so comment below. Along with that, we do so much stuff here at Telemazing. So we have all our videos, such as our top 5 shows and our games. We also have a podcast every Monday and a live show every Wednesday. So subscribe. So like and subscribe before you leave. Do that
But
first.
then apparently Joe wants you to go watch Wayward Pines.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So
I guess
wa-
we'll see you later.
Yeah, like watch Wayward Pines, and then afterwards come back and rewatch this video because you'll want to. Because everything we talked about, then you'll understand it, and you'll go like, yeah, you were right about this. It'll be great. It's
And
gonna be
maybe
great.
you'll celebrate with Joe.
Yeah,
in
you
the
will.
video
Yes,
the
and
whole
then
time.
again, comment below again, and I will definitely talk. We'll talk more.
In case you
We'll
forgot how much he loves Wayward
Yes,
Pines.
yes, right.
You know what? We'll put his phone number in the comment section as well. You can just give him a call and just
His
let him
Facebook
know
Yes.
his thoughts.
profile.
And so for Alanah, for
Totally.
Kristen, I'm Joseph Mwamba. Thank you for watching.
I guess.
Now go watch some TV.